From the top of the town at 715 Main Street in historic Deadwood, it's time for another episode of the DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Deadwood Tobacco Company Blow and Smoke Podcast. I am your host, Hansa Pierce, joined always with...
Hi, Candy Randy, fresh from 3 hours of sleep. And our good buddy behind the board who still refuses to put a camera on himself, everybody, our director, mixer, master, engineer, the preacher, Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So today we thought, why not just go and see what, if you're out and about, like you guys just went down to see Samantha Fish, interview her in Omaha, and tell us a little bit about the trip and your perils of the tobacco.
So Omaha has some great shops. That was awesome. We got some cigars there, visited with some friends. But we didn't quite bring enough. I mean, it was me and the preacher and Bill, and get the three of us together, especially when we were allowed to smoke in the car, and it's a 9-hour ride. I mean, we were desperately short. I'm not going to talk about the preacher Bogart and the good stuff, but so we stopped at a gas station.
I thought you were going to say the preacher being dangerously short. Zinger.
So we're driving back, and we're somewhere around Mitchell, and we're fresh out of smokes. And so we go to the gas station, fuel up and everything, and I'm looking around, and there's all this crap behind the counter. And I was like, all right, so Bill's there. And Bill, which one of these is the most like real tobacco?
Yeah.
He's looking at it, he goes, man, I don't know. Because all of it's flavored. And he goes, maybe that Irish cream or White Russian, that White Russian over there. So I get the White Russian. So I'm the last one to check out. They're both back in the car. I get back in the car, and Bill's like, don't do that. I'm like, what? Don't light it up. Don't light it up. I was like, Ethan.
You got standards, man.
Yeah, standards.
You can hotbox for 8 hours.
Yeah,
but.
yeah. You got any cigars back there? And Ethan's like, well, yeah. Pulls out his travel humidor, PCA 2021. All this, like, you dirty bastard. So he did share on the way home. And then luckily we stopped again because Bill has to pee every 200 miles. So we stopped again, and this little station actually did have a small cigar thing. So we bought a regular stick each, and they were crispy and crunchy and not well taken care of. But they were.
And I feel like I've had this idea forever, but just you saying that and me just being, just conveniently nixed out of that whole trip, I felt like we could relive that shit right now. And today I went around to, I went to 2 different stores and 3 different gas stations. I was only able to find these kinds of sticks. I remember going back in the store, in the 90s or early 2000s, you could still find like White Owl, Connecticut wrapper.
Yep.
They're short filled, but at least it's a cigar kind of thing.
Sure.
I didn't see any of that bullshit today. I saw what we have in front of us today. So we thought that we would just kind of ensure our longevity by telling you how important it is to have a good tobacco shop around that has cigars, especially when you're down to these.
Well, and we're going to smoke, it looks like you've got 5 different ones laid out here. Now, we're certainly not going to finish them all. We're going to give them a smoke, and we'll tell them about the character of it, the feel, the taste, obviously. They're all going to be chemically sweetened, so that's going to be different for us. Yes. And then we'll let you know about price point, and then we'll show you how, when you have a good tobacco shop, and sometimes not even a great tobacco shop, just a place that you could actually buy cigars, how you can not spend any more money and have a better experience. But before we get to there, shall we fire up the Backwoods?
Yes, the Backwoods Sweet Aromatic is our first cigar.
Tastes like tree bark.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
watch out for the shit that goes in your mouth.
Pre-cut. Don't have to cut these. All right, I'm not going to lie. Not as bad as I thought it would be.
No. And actually, Backwoods, I used to have. So every time I think of Backwoods, you always, you kind of have stories in mind when you smoke certain things or when you smell certain things, and there's a nostalgic quality about it. I had a boss when I was early in my bartending career at Borrowed Bucks Roadhouse in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. His name was Kirk, and he never, ever had one of these not in his mouth.
Really?
He used to get like the big 50-pack rolls, and you would smell it. So this is almost like a nostalgia, like, oh, fuck,
Sure.
that dude was super cool. Fucking gave me my first shot behind the bar. Kirk, if you're watching, which I doubt you are, thank you, buddy.
Probably from up above. Just judging by how fucking old Pierce is.
Hey. True.
You know what? And so when I said it wasn't that bad, that's the initial draw with once it's lit. But now the tip of my tongue is numb.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, and
The standard backwards? Just
no,
straight up?
yeah, I think there's an original, there's a sweet wrapper, and then there's a Russian cream. Spoiler alert, we'll get to that one next. But yeah, I think there's only 3 flavors. There might be more than that. I even tried to find like old White Owls or Prince Edwards or whatever, and nobody seems to sell those anymore.
Not to be confused with Prince Albert.
Yeah. You got Prince Albert in a can? Grimes has got something in a package upstairs. I would probably help that out. But yeah, actually, the initial, not horrible, not bad. Would I choose this over any cigar in our humidor? Absolutely not.
No, but if it's, I mean, we were yet to try the other 4, and I've had a couple of these in desperate moments. Not awful. It does the trick when you know, especially when you're driving and you want to just have your oral fixation, your habit. It's acceptable when there's no alternative around. So.
And the price point, I think, was probably, I don't know, $12 for this thing. It has 5 cigars in there. Is that a great price? No. Is it a horrible price? Not really. It just kind of is what it is, kind of tobacco.
Yeah, they're small, or they're like 4.5, 5-inch cigars. Really, uneven, kind of Kentucky cheroot-ish roll on there. Lots and lots of veins in the tobacco. You can see that. Yeah.
And I'm finding myself holding this a little bit differently than other cigars that I've smoked, just because it
Pinky
feels
out.
Yeah, pinky up, and it feels reminiscent of something that I might have done at a younger age. But
No idea what you're talking
tobacco
about.
all the same. No,
Yeah.
why would we?
All right. Well, that was a good experiment of that one. So there you are. That's the Backwoods Sweet Aromatic. Should we give it a rating out of 5?
Oh, sure. Wait. Are we doing a separate rating for shit sticks, or get you by sticks, or are we doing like a overall the best cigar that I've had?
Oh no, just 1 out of 5 for the 5 that we're going to smoke.
Okay, so Ethan, at the end of this, you can do your little magic, and we'll put 1 through 5, and then we'll see where these are at. So obviously, this is number 1 right now.
It is number 1. So actually, let's come back to it. I'm not going to rate it until I have some more of the other.
All right, sounds good. We'll get into the second one, and then we'll start getting some ratings of it. The second one is the Russian Cream 5 cigars. This is the one that got me thinking about it, because I think that's the flavor that you got while you guys were on the road.
I believe so.
This one, just as an initial on the sniff, doesn't smell like Russians. None of them that I've run into, anyways.
Svetlana, is that you?
Let's see if it tastes like a Russian.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's got a massive shaggy foot with the tobacco just hanging out. Yeah, we'll see.
It does kind of taste like a white Russian, I'm not going to lie.
You know, it does. I mean, it's chemically,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's yeah, it's. I don't know what to say.
Wow.
I'm not.
You left him bereft of words.
I'm not puking. Definitely way sweeter than the first one we had. Got a little bit of creaminess to it. Probably a little too sweet for my taste, obviously. But,
It's kind of a torn thing, because I talked about nostalgia on the last one. I started off with sweet cigars, so I started by smoking, Sweet Janes and Blondies and Lucky, House of Lucky and Kojimar, that kind of stuff, and then eventually graduated into, and also at the same time, I'm a pipe smoker, and I like aromatic pipe smoke, and I feel like that's more what this is reminiscent of, is like a specialized pipe flavoring. Not that I like it on my lips or that kind of stuff, but the smoke, not completely upsetting, as the next one probably will be. Nope, 2 from here. I'd actually rate this higher than just the sweet.
yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it does have a definite. It's got the creaminess in there for sure. Some sort of a fake alcohol. Minute trace of that, but not horrible. You notice who's not smoking these is the preacher.
Yeah, I
back
know.
there.
I was just about ready to throw this pack over there and be like, now you smoke and tell us. I feel like this isn't a good rating unless we have nope shit.
No, I think Ethan is on sweet cigar sobriety. We don't want to.
It's been a long time.
He's 15 years sober from Sweet Cigars, and God, are we proud of him.
And even in like the manufacturing angle, I don't know what big tobacco does exactly, but you go to a boutique premium house, and it's really interesting. You watch them on the cigar rolling and cutting floor. When they chop off the ends and put them into the molds, they collect that.
So
And
this
then
is just the floor sweepings of some actual cigar manufacturer.
Yeah, and so it was. I was telling Pierce this story earlier. I think it was a holiday, and all the legit cigar stores were closed or inaccessible. I just couldn't get to them, and I picked up some Perotis or Avantis or whatever, some little 3-pack Stay Fresh bag,
Like the anisette flavored?
They were just a traditional cigar,
okay.
not flavored, not sweetened. And man, you are pulling stuff out of your teeth and spitting the entire day just because I wanted something to smoke.
Yeah.
But there's a big difference between a long filler and a short fill.
Yep.
Big difference.
A couple puffs in, I'm kind of changing my mind about putting this one above the sweet, because the sweet didn't leave that. I just have this weird aftertaste on the on the side of the tongue. It's almost like sour. Like you get the creamy and then you smoke a little bit and then it just gets a little bit of sour. And sour cream, not a good flavor profile for a cigar.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would sell.
No.
There was an interesting question that I got too not that long ago. It is a sweetened cigar. So we get the fact that there's food safe chemicals, and that's how you reproduce these different flavors.
Palate cleanser.
That's what's going on.
You're just going to make that cigar taste like all that nasty chemical-y shit.
But the question was, all right, so I get that stuff is similar to vaping. You don't really know long-term effects. What's in that? I guess what I'm interested in, I didn't have a great answer to, is how do they finish pipe tobacco versus something like you guys are smoking? Traditionally, they would do fruit. They would do a pour over and then let that pipe tobacco sit in it.
Right.
But are they using the same stuff? I didn't have a good answer for. And I'm assuming pipe tobacco, there's a million different ways to get to the end result, but I'm interested in the treatment.
I think a lot of it is oils with pipe tobacco, especially, and
Sure.
it just gives it a more clean flavor to it, like it's a natural kind of deal.
Yeah.
With these, they kind of feel painted on, and no shame in the game. I mean, if you smoke these, you smoke these, what the fuck ever. But just as a cigar smoker on the regular that smokes decently high-end cigars, medium to high-end cigars, you can really, really taste that chemical treatment that they get. Ugh.
And I know there's a difference between you can hang up the tobacco leaves in bunches, and then they will put it into this aerosol and spray it,
Sure.
so that it hangs into the tobacco. And then after that, they may or may not do both of these things. Literally paint it on the outside of the wrapper, which is what you'll do with the sucralose or whatever the sweetening agent is into the gum.
Right.
So there's a bunch of different processes.
Well, and have you ever smoked like the $30 Dr. Garbo or Grabo or whatever the hell they're called, those kind of pipes, and you get that little bit of chemically flavor from the lining that they put in the bowl?
Yeah, I mean
that's what this
that's
is reminiscent
schlack.
of to me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you get a cheap pipe
Yeah.
and you're tasting a charred oak,
Yeah.
that's not the tobacco.
No.
Right? That is the wood.
Yeah.
You've smoked down through whatever they sprayed on to seal the wood, and now you're charring.
Well, and you taste the whatever they spray in there, and then you taste. Yeah, it's just not a great experience all around.
But Ethan, without giving away trade secrets, because you actually were in Honduras when the now Asylum 867s were born, are you thinking that process might be similar to these, or is that process probably more evolved and more, I would say, delicate or high end?
Yeah, I think that you could do it. You know, you can inject it, you can spray it, you can paint it, and they might do any and all of the above.
It's just
You might put flavoring on the inside and then just sweetener on the outside, but you can mix in. There's a million ways to get to the end result.
Well, and I mean, like these are mass produced, and I always kind of go back to the whole, talk shit about Budweiser if you want to, but it's got the same consistent flavor for X amount of years, and they have people going in there and taste them. Is this kind of like a Budweiser or an Ultra of cigars kind of deal? Like, same flavor, put it in the big roller. We're going to put X amount of ounces of this oil and this perfume and whatever in there.
Yep.
Mix it up, and then, okay, we got a taste tester. Awesome. He rolled one. He liked it. Continue on with the process. It's just, I don't know. I don't feel like it's really recorded a whole lot of places. I'm sure it's out there on the web somewhere, but.
Yeah, and is it like a single malt versus what's the other
blend?
kind? Yeah, blended malt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can, if you're effectively just gathering pieces after the legit cigars are being rolled, are you being fastidious with that was this cigar,
right?
Or are you throwing them all into? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and I don't know. It's like, they get a bushel of Connecticut that was off the floor of whatever place, and then they get a bushel of Maduro, and how can we mold these together to make this kind of flavor? It's just kind of a bizarre thing when you're thinking into it versus just popping one in your mouth and lighting it and going. It's just, what the fuck is in these things? Hopefully one of those cigar chargers that I used to put in my grandma's cigarettes. That would be hilarious.
Perfect. So what was on the ones we just had, the Russian cream? What's the price point on that? About 12 as well?
About 12 as well, yep.
All right, yep. So the next one, coming up, we still get people asking for these all the time. And it's been a long time since I've had one of these in my hand. And it looks as though I'm about to start to smoke a paper towel roll. It is completely cylindrical, so much so that it obviously is machine made, and
it's like the ham that you get at the store that they say is a ham, but you know it's just chemically separated chicken forced into a ham mold. That's what this looks like on the outside.
Randy, I was scandalized a little bit when you did the cigar and rum tasting.
Yes.
So there was a Havana honey.
Yes.
There was it an Elegancia?
Yep.
And then a La Aroma.
Yep. The 1903, did I go Cameroon? I think I went Cameroon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the pricing structure was the inverse of what I thought it would be. So it's $12, $13, and then $14 was the Havana honey.
Correct.
And I was just like, who in their right mind? And I guess it's the convenience factor.
I think it is, and we do have some aromatic cigars that are lower price point than that in the humidor, specifically because our clientele likes sweet cigars for a good chunk of it.
Yep.
To go with that rum, I figured the sweetness would cut maybe some of the acidity or the spice, and I didn't have any advanced tasting of the rums. By the way, they were delicious, and I can't remember what they were, but thank you, Tin Lizzy, for having us down there. But yeah, it was interesting that the most expensive cigar I took over there was the Havana Honey Corona, and it was the one that sold the best. I mean, you never know what they're going to like.
You just can't argue with palate.
Well, and I don't think that a whole lot of people that do these kind of things, I mean, you're starting at a sweet cigar because that's going to be your transitional cigar. Does that mean you stay on that sweet cigar forever? Sure, if that's what your palate is, great. Right. But don't be afraid to get in there and talk to your tobacconist and say, I really like sweets, but what's a good thing that I can get into in the traditional world? You didn't smoke traditionals the whole time. You started off with sweets.
Yep.
I don't know if you started off with sweets, but
not at all.
I mean, a lot of the clientele that come in here, especially in a tourist town, you're going to expect that there's going to be a certain amount of people that come in here and are looking for sweet because, they either like it or it's going to be way more palatable for their 30 fucking second, Instagram or Snapchat shot that they can be like, I was at a tobacco bar and I smoked a whole cigar. Meanwhile, you're getting 2 puffs down, you're getting an inch into ash, and then you're just dropping it in an ashtray. What's the right answer on that?
So it was a decade ago when I started this rally coming up.
Oh.
And I had never smoked a sweetened cigar until Wild Bill Rectenwald showed up with the Drew Estate packs, right? And so you've got a number of different acid cigars. And he, it was this almost threatening, imposing, I never want to see you without a cigar, right? So I'm manning the counter and gearing up for the big rally, and just was smoking acids back to back to back, and holy cow, the sweetener loads up on you, and to the point where, man, how many how much fake sugar have I just ingested?
Right.
And I had never had that experience with a traditional cigar. So that was my first and desire-wise last expression of sweetened cigars. Man.
I think the last time that I willingly smoked a sweet cigar, well, actually, it was because I wanted to see what the flavor of the Caribbean Principes were.
Oh, sure.
But before that, it was when I was in Dominican and some guy was trying to sell me a box of fake Cubans and handed me a cherry cigar and was like, smoke this while you think about it. And I was like, I've already got your answer for you, but sure, I'll smoke this. And, was it nice and delightful when you're sitting on a beach in the Caribbean? Sure.
Yeah.
Is it something that I'm going to seek out and buy 5 boxes of before I go home? Fuck no.
Yeah.
No.
Time and a place for everything. And at the old shop before I started smoking Connecticut's, which is obviously where a lot of people start after the aromatics. I was a big fan of I think it was the Tabac Dolce. The caramel. But yeah. So anyway, this one, 2-word review, dog shit.
I am actually on a different tip just because I know the whole history of these and they're pipe tobacco in the middle. So I'm kind of just getting the pipe tobacco aura of it. And I think that the draw, shit. The taste, not great. The aromatics that I'm smelling around it, fucking delightful.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So these are, to refresh my memory, these are the black and mild?
These are the black and mild.
Ugh.
And that it's interesting that the draw is terrible, even with that nice little plastic.
The plastic is making it worse.
It is indeed.
Little filtering system
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
I think I've seen these in a movie. Don't you just cut right here?
Yeah. There's
okay.
something like that. That's what I was, referring to earlier. Is it my least favorite out of the 3 that we've smoked so far? Nah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was a nah.
That was a nah.
Yeah.
It's not leaving the same aftertaste as the Russian cream did, so it's not as bad as that. I would say probably I am at Backwoods Sweet, and then this, and then the Russian.
That's just awful. how much of a
My rating scale
you,
or the cigar itself?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but yeah, that's not.
You
That's
articulate awful. Like what are you tasting, man?
it's just I know
It's stingy.
it is.
It's stingy.
Yeah, it's definitely stingy. The plastic is throwing me off too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a pipe smoker, so I'm not used to that in any form of tobacco. So I'm just like, that's just really, really weird. Not going to do it for me. I mean, different.
What's your 3 right now?
So the second one is growing on me for the best of the 3. The first, the backwoods original sweet aromatic, and then that dog turd that I just had to smoke. I cannot say anything. Everyone says black and mild. I'm like, you have no taste buds.
I mean, it is. God damn, it's stingy. I don't know why it's stingy.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Not spice.
no,
Like chemical afterburn.
yeah, it's like the taste in your mouth when you get a Novocaine shot. Like right before it goes dead and you can't taste anything anymore. It's that Novocaine stingy. I don't know how to explain it, and I'm super glad that I used to flavor profile beer because obviously I'm super good at it. But yeah, stingy. You're gonna get some stingy notes with this one.
Yeah, just for clarity, because you can't see him, we're smoking these, and Ethan's over there just puffing on a big old Toro dark. Whatever is that? A La Aurora? What you got there?
In his thing, it's a new cube of which we're gonna be smoking at the end.
Yeah,
so.
we can't bring that.
Not to
spoil
let
that
the
one.
cat out of the bag, but we do have really halfway decent $4 cigars.
That is
I'm saying.
That is the whole setup of this whole episode.
We'll cut it.
Ethan's
we'll
gonna
cut
have
it.
to
We'll
cut
let you
himself.
out.
Why don't you go ahead and tell him where the podcast room is? It's no longer a secret. Too many people know.
Too many people know. Oh man, this is my least anticipated one of the group. I got to tell you, it is a piece of paper.
Yep.
That has some pencil shavings on the inside of it. It smells like. Oh,
Is this
it smells,
tropical? What'd you
yeah.
get? Oh yeah.
This smells like suntan lotion on kind of the ugly girl at the pool.
Why she gotta be ugly?
I just because the good ones get the good suntan lotion. She's just trying to fit in. Oh God.
Well, in the wrapper there, it's got sweetness on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, as compared to the other 3, this one actually has, I mean, we read it. It says tropical. It smells tropical. It actually tastes like something other than just nondescript.
Correct.
Sorry, Swisher?
Yeah.
Swisher Tropical.
Swisher Sweet Tropical Fusion. At your local Family Dollar. That's where I got these from.
No free ads. $25 Family Dollar. Fork it over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that last one was, I think, like a 5-pack for like $10.
Okay. So it looks like we're averaging like $2 a cigar, but you can't really say $2 a cigar because they're just a little bit longer cigarillos. They're about the same size as our Ashton Senioritas upstairs.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm pulling more stuff out of my tongue than I did last night.
What's her name?
It's a dog. It's not even that fun. It was because it was on the blanket already. It wasn't anything else.
You know what? I don't hate it. I wouldn't seek out, but if I find myself in a pickle, as much as I don't want to give any money to this company, yeah, it's not. I don't get the tropical so much now that on the draw.
Lit.
I got the tropical right away.
Yeah.
So, but it definitely has a little bit more. Yeah, it's citrusy instead of just regular saccharine.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You know what I'm also noticing is like it's got a good amount of smoke. Like it does have. It makes you feel like you're smoking a cigar because of the amount of smoke that you're dragging into your mouth.
And even the ash on it is, it's really pale gray and it's fine as opposed to the first two, which are really chunky.
Yeah.
So in a lot of these that you're going to be able to pick up at the gas station, they are smaller. I would classify them as a cigarillo.
They're definitely bar hoppers.
Yeah, and so I'm not disparaging. Like if I'm traveling and you don't know if I've got the time commitment for a larger cigar, right? Something
sure.
small is great. But what are the Ashton Cigarillo tins running?
34 for 10.
34 for 10.
Yep. So after taxes, like 36 something.
Yeah, which is in my mind steep for a cigarillo. I just am not going to. Again, if time is a factor, then okay, yes. But $34 for a tin?
That's kind of like anything in the humidor, though. I mean, you're looking and you're like, well, I could smoke this Corona, and this is going to take me about 35 to 40 minutes. I could smoke this Robusto. This is going to take 45 to 50 minutes. I could smoke this Toro, and it's going to take, hour and 10 minutes. And the price point is just minuscule in between. Yep. And you always... I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I want to pick up that Toro because I want to get my smoke out of it and whatever else.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But you're also looking at, a half-hour time frame. You're going to be putting this cigar. You're going to be putting this cigar out wherever you want. You're going to be putting the cigar out,
My point is, I have a hard time justifying $34 for a cigarillo because the enjoyment is just not there compared to a Corona. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to get a cigarillo, I'm not going to fork out that money for an Ashton. I'm going to get something cheaper.
But do you think the companies do that kind of on purpose so you will move up to a little bit bigger stick?
It's a good point.
If you're going to be paying, $5 and change for one cigarillo, or you're going to be buying the whole pack for $34 and you get one good cigar that's going to last you, 45 minutes to an hour. You're smoking 5, technically.
Sure.
You're paying $12. You're paying less to be able to smoke. You know what I mean?
I just can't aficionado a cigarillo.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And I understand the value of it for the shop's perspective. Obviously, we have something in a size that's approachable that is not sweetened.
Yeah.
So people can actually try something. And I always, looked it up, and the Connecticut one is basically the same blend as the Ashton Classic.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, it's high grade, really premium tobacco, probably why it's $5 single or 34 for 10. But it does give them that transition, especially like you were referencing earlier. People want to come in, take the little picture. Hey, I'm smoking a cigar, drinking a beer in the inside, that how rare that is. But yeah, not bad.
Well,
so,
and I usually target the people that are wandering around town because you can get, this, high-end cigar that's going to be $18 and you can smoke it or whatever, but you're going to be walking around town. Why don't you just get a pack of these bar hoppers?
Yeah.
Then you're not feeling bad for putting out a $20 cigar. You're not feeling bad because you got this much left on a Señorita and you're just crushing it out and going.
Yep.
The next one you jump out to, it takes you 10 minutes to walk to. You're going to smoke most of that thing on the way there as well. So little bar hoppers have their place, but I mean, not really in my repertoire.
No.
Which is in my mind why people don't like Lanceros, right? They are. I don't know how you can, and I'm making the jump. Lancero and Cigarillo. There's just not enough tobacco in there for me to balance out the taste, right? A Lancero is going to be a hard hitter because you don't have all of the leaves in kind of appropriate amounts, right? And that's my argument with cigarillos. There's just not enough tobacco in there to get all of the notes, and to nuance all of the flavors.
I was gonna say the cigarillos kind of looked like these at some point as well, and the construction on the cigarillo, even with an Ashton or with the Baby Janes or Tatianas or whatever, construction's not really there. It just feels kind of loosey goosey.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of why I shy away from them, because I don't like mush. I want to like chomp down on my cigar. Yep. And it just doesn't give you that option.
Doesn't.
Yeah, and we do have Dave that comes in quite a few mornings and on his break and has a senorita just about every morning. And then there was a time where they were back ordered, and so he had to step up and smoke the next smallest traditional cigar we had at the time, which was the Fuente Hemingway short story. Good for the shop, $5, $19.
Yeah.
So.
And you're smoking a short story for what, maybe 25 minutes?
Yeah, maybe. So
I mean, good for the go, but not good for the wallet.
Nope. All right. So there's the Swisher Sweet Tropical, again with that perfectly cylindrical wrapper that just.
I'm gonna put that at 3 right now.
Okay.
So I think that just knocked down the Russian just a little bit more. So I'm at Backwoods, Black and Mild, the Tropical, and then the Russian Cream is where I'm at.
All right. What have we next?
One that I hadn't really heard of a whole lot. It's called Dutch, and this is the Dutch blend, and it's the closest thing that I could find to looking like it was a traditionally flavored cigar and not a sweetened. But we'll see.
Is it from Holland?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't have any sweetness on the tip. That's better.
Not bad at all. Before we go any further, what was the price point on the Swishers? It's a 2-pack.
2-pack, I think, was like $6.
Okay.
Not horrendous, but not. I mean, for what it is.
We're still in that three-ish a stick, give or take.
Yeah,
250 to 3. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately, I don't get any type of sweetness or.
There's no sweetness. I wouldn't say that I'd be able to, pinpoint the leaf or wrapper or anything with that, or filler binder, however loose shake that is.
It is your finest Virginia.
Is it?
I don't know. Let's look it up. Oh, God. Now you see how old I am. I'm going to go like this. Ready? Mm-hmm. Dutch cigars made. Oh, it's Dominican.
Yeah.
Dominican Republic.
No shit.
I'm not kidding.
Funny that you have a cigar coming out of the Dominican Republic and then you put Dutch on it.
Yeah.
The experts
Dutch
at
Trading Company.
Yeah, here we go. The experts at Dutch Masters have created a new smoking experience, Dutch Cigarillos. They feature unique fusion of distinctive tobacco blends carefully matched with natural leaf wrappers. Together, they deliver an unbeatable slow burn and a uniquely smooth taste. Evolve to Dutch.
I mean, if we're talking about the other ones, I feel like we did evolve to Dutch.
We did. Yeah.
This is far better.
Yeah. It even says on it natural leaf wrapper as opposed to these other ones which were cardboard.
I don't know if they advertise cardboard, but
this is the silver blend. And on the back it says available in other varieties. Well, now I know. If ever
you are out, Dutch blend.
Yeah.
I think they had a sweet one there as well, but this and they're all about the same price. Like you said, the Dutch is not too far off of what the Swishers were. The Backwoods. And the Black and Mild.
Yeah, after those acidic and tongue-tingling fake sugar ones, this is pretty refreshing.
Yeah, this is not bad at all. Like, I almost want to pass it to you just so you can get the vibe of the whole thing.
We are.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, you can eat shit on a cracker and then somebody puts butter on there and it tastes way better. But
I never have my shit without butter.
Yeah. But yeah, this is by far the best one. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty nondescript. Obviously, not a lot of nuanced flavors, as we were just talking about the Senorita. It doesn't compare as far as quality, but it is a natural leaf. You can see the actual veins in the leaf and the wrapper, and
Almost get a sweet cream from it too, like not a chemically sweet cream,
Right.
but just like a naturally occurring sweet cream. I don't know.
that'd be funny. Watch, we're gonna Google this, and someone's gonna go, Dutch is actually from AJ Fernandez or something like that. They'll come up
Yeah.
with a. Yeah.
Everybody knows better than the people that know. But yeah, I suppose if it was on the road, this would probably be the number one that I would go to.
Yep. Yes, indeed. That
Number
is,
one, and then the backwoods, and then the backwoods, and then the black and mild, and then the tropical, then the Russian cream. Just less stingy. Just less stingy.
Did you say stingy or stinky?
Stingy. Well, both actually, because that tropical I can still smell over all of this other shit.
Yep.
But our ashtrays look phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, that's I mean, because there's not a lot of tobacco and they're pretty loosely rolled, get a lot of heat. Yeah. The heat draws all the way through.
Yeah, I could not power puff through that like I could through a normal cigar. That being said, the whole reason that we wanted to kind of do this is to showcase that no matter how much of a price point you're looking at, what are we talking about? $2 more? $2 more a stick?
Maybe just $1 for some of them.
So New Cuba, it's a budget-friendly stick that we carry here at the shop. It's right around between $5 and $6. You're getting a nice 45-minute smoke instead of 15 tops. You got a better construction. You got a better. I mean, you can tell that even with the inside, right there.
Right is left, left is right.
Yeah.
Got it.
But anyways, you can tell that it's just got a way better construction. If you're playing with it a little bit, it's got that little bit of pliability, but you're not squishing it in half. You got a better, feel. You got longer smoke. I just, yeah.
Boy, I wish I had one.
I don't have a cutter.
And these are a product of Aganorsa, the company. Fabian, our buddy, is I don't know what's his title. King shit of Aganorsa. Now they are called New Cuba. Let you know they're not Cuban. Just to fill you in. Also, don't confuse these with the New Cuba Superior. That's a relatively new product from Aganorsa that does have a sweetened cap on it that we have highlighted a couple of times on this program. As Pierce was saying, even the Dutch, which was both of our favorites, the traditional one, if you're going to go to the gas station and pick that up for $6-7, you can have a 35-40 minute smoke right here from premium tobacco from New Cuba. And I think before tax, these ring up at $4.32, so right at a little over $5 in this particular size. We also have Churchills and Presidentes and stuff like that. So, Pierce, what's the moral of the story?
Moral of the story is you can go around and you can find something that's going to take the place of a good cigar every once in a while if you're on the road and hard up. But this is why tobacco shops are so important to have around and people that know about their tobacco in the tobacco shops. And I know that we're not doing as many dick jokes as usual, but this is kind of important to all of us because this is why we're here. We like to be able to have somebody come in and we can help you find something that you will enjoy and that you can, spend your budget on. I don't know how many times I'm in the humidor and people look at me weird because one of my first questions is, how much do you want to spend? How long do you want to smoke? Because I want to know what size of cigar is going to be the best for you, what kind of flavor is going to be the best for you. I don't want you to be wasting your money on a big old cigar that you only have 10 minutes to smoke. I don't want you to be smoking 18 of the small little senoritas if you have a nice hour and a half to sit down. That's how we get to know you. That's how we get to know your smoking style. And that's how we get to be able to treat you well. And that way you can go on your tobacco journey and grab a couple of sticks for the road so you're not stuck with this amazing array of cigars that I bought today.
And this is a perfect get or buy cigar. There are alternatives out there in the market. This is the one that we have chosen to carry, the New Cuba from Aganorsa. So if you want to try a cigar, or you're traveling, or you're just like, hey man, I got to go get some milk and eggs from the grocery store, if you could just take a little bit of a further trip and find a tobacco shop. I mean, there are other places around here too that are not full tobacco shops that might have a certain couple of cigars. The experience of this is way better. Is this an Ashton cabinet number 7? No. But is it better than everything we smoked down there? Absolutely. And just for basically between $1 and $1.50 more than each one of those down here, you get a much more rewarding and satisfying experience.
God, we just sound like we're doing an ad for New Cuba. Buy your New Cubas today at deadwoodtobacco.com.
Fabian, send your check to 715 Main Street.
It's Handsome, Eye Candy, and Preacher. They know us at the bank.
So yeah, it's thanks, Pierce, for running around grabbing all these things. We've been talking about it for a little while. Do we want to rate the cigars in stars so Ethan can have some graphics, or we just want to? Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ethan's like, "Fuck you, make me do work." All right, here we go. Ready? This was the first one. This is the Backwoods Sweet Aromatic. This is the one that made my tongue go numb.
I will do 3.5 stars.
I am going to drop it to 2.75 stars.
Ooh, you don't have a lot of room to go on that one. All right.
Oh, there we go.
Second one is the Russian Cream from Backwoods as well. I am going at a, we're going to go at a solid 2 on that one.
I liked it a little bit more, so I'm going to go 3.25.
Ooh, all right.
Going up.
All right, next one.
Next one is Ye Old Black and Mild. Pierce?
I'm doing the 3.75 on that one. I actually enjoyed that just because I'm a pipe smoker, and that's just kind of the flavor profile that you get. But wouldn't be my number one pipe tobacco if it was in a pipe either. So we'll do 3.5.
3.5. I'm gonna go -1 million. Next up, we have the Swisher Sweet Tropical.
God, 1.75.
Oh, you didn't really care for this one, huh?
I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was actually a bit more palatable than the Russian Cream, and I don't remember what I just rated that. So we're gonna do a 2.75.
I like this one more because it had a little bit more natural flavor, in my opinion. So we're gonna go 3.5 on that. And last but not least, the Dutch. That's all it's called. Actually, this is the Dutch Silver.
The Dutch Silver. The old Dutch.
This is a
let's get this rolling.
traditional tobacco. No sweetener at all. Pierce?
I am going to go in cheap cigars. I will go 4 on that one.
Very nice, very nice. In cheap cigars, I'm going to go a little bit higher because we haven't had a lot of dick jokes on this one. 4.69. There you go.
Thank you guys always for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, smash that whatever button that they always talk about. Always give us a like, give us a comment so we have somebody to talk to. We're so alone out here. We're so alone.
And if you find yourself traveling, I know we've got a lot of truck drivers, we've got a lot of delivery people out there. Hey, let us know what you find at the gas stations, what you really enjoy, and then maybe we can find something in our shop that's comparable to help you try a different experience with your nicotine.
That would be a great reach out if you guys kind of came at us. That way we can sample the one that you're used to smoking, and then we can kind of go from there and narrow down a similar or better product that you would probably enjoy as well. We would love to do that. We do that every day in and out here at Deadwood Tobacco Company. We only get a chance to jump on the mic every once in a while. Thank you always for your support. Thank you, Kevin, for stopping by at this Blues Fest, and we will talk to you guys later.
Word up, fuckers.